Hello students, welcome to my class. In today's class, we will continue with the chapter Pair of Linear Equations in Two Variables of class 10. So far we have studied many methods to find the solution of a pair of linear equation. In today, we are going to find out the solution of a pair of equation which are not linear. So how will you find the solution of such type of equations? We will see now. Example 17, solve the pair of equations 2 by x plus 3 by y is equal to 13, 5 by x minus 4 by y is equal to minus 2. Here if you see, these pair of equations are not linear. You know that what is the standard form of a pair of linear equation? a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0, a2x plus b2y plus C2 equal to 0. So this is the standard form of a pair of linear equation. Here if you see, the variable x and y should be in the numerator. But here in this question, if you see, these two equations have variables in the denominator. So these equations are not in standard form. So how will you solve such type of equation? So for finding the solution of these type of equations, first we have to change it into standard form by giving some suitable substitutions. Okay, we can reduce the given equations into standard form by giving suitable substitution. So how we have to do? I'll explain now. First we will rewrite the given equations as this 2 by x we can write as 2 into 1 by x. And plus 3 by y we will write as 3 into 1 by y is equal to 13. Same way the second equation we can write as 5 into 1 by x minus 4 into 1 by y is equal to minus 2. Now if you see here, this 1 by x and 1 by y, we will give some substitution, some other variable we will give in this place. So let p is equal to, we are going to take 1 by x as p and 1 by y as q. Okay, so this two equation reduces to, here in the place of 1 by x we will substitute p and in the place of 1 by y we will substitute q. So these two equations changes to 2p plus 3q is equal to 13. So this is the first equation. And 5p minus 4q is equal to minus 2. So this is the second equation. So see here, the given pair of equations now reduces to a linear equation. The standard form of a linear equation we got. Now you can solve these two equations using any one of the method. We have studied so many methods like a substitution method, elimination method, cross multiplication method. So any one of the method you can use and you have to find out the value of p and q. Now I am going to use elimination method. I am going to eliminate variable q. So for that I need to make the coefficient of q same. So I am multiplying first equation by 4 and second equation by 3 so that the coefficient of y will become same. So now in the first equation I am going to multiply by 4. So 8p plus 12q is equal to 52. Okay, so this is the third equation. Now second equation I am going to multiply by 3. So 15p minus 12q is equal to minus 6. So this is the fourth equation. Now I am going to add these two equations so that the variable q will vanish. Okay, so the term containing the variable q will vanish. So I am adding these two equations. So 15p plus 8p is 23p is equal to 52 minus 6, that is 46. Now we can find the value of p, that is 46 by 23, that is p value we got as 2. Now this value we will substitute in any one of these four equations so that you can find the value of q. First equation I am going to substitute now. So substituting value of p in equation 1. So first equation I am going to substitute. So first equation is 2p plus 3q equal to 13. So 2 into p value is 2 plus 3q is equal to 13. Now 3q is equal to 13. This 4 when it goes to right side it will become minus 4. That is 3q is equal to 9. So q value is equal to 9 by 3 is equal to 3. So we got the value of p. We got as 2 and the value of q is 3. But the question is not over because our equations are having variable x and y. So you need to find out solution of equation means you need to find out the value of x and y. So what we have to do for finding the value of x and y? Our substitution. This is our substitution. In this equation we will substitute the value of p and q. So first equation p is equal to 1 by x. Here we will substitute the value of p. So 2 is equal to 1 by x. When you cross multiply you will get 2x is equal to 1 which gives x is equal to 1 by 2. So you got the value of x 1 by 2. Similarly, the second equation q is equal to 1 by y and we got q value as 3. So 3 is equal to 1 by y. When you do cross multiplication you will get 3y is equal to 1. That is the value of y is equal to 1 by 3. So we got the value of x and y. So this is the solution of the given equation. So this is how you have to solve if the equations are not in linear form. Now next question we'll see. Example 18. Solve the pair of equations. So here also we have a pair of equations which are not linear. So I already explained in the previous example we have to do some substitution so that this equation reduces into pair of linear equation. This equation we can reduce into the standard form of a linear equation. So first we will rewrite these two equations as 5 into 1 by x minus 1 plus 1 into this we can write as 1 by y minus 2. Okay, 1 by y minus 2 is equal to 2 and the second equation we can write as 6 into 1 by x minus 1 minus 3 into 1 by y minus 2 is equal to 1. So here you need to substitute this expression. You got 1 by x minus 1 and 1 by y minus 2. Now these two expressions you have to substitute at some other variable. So let p is equal to 1 by x minus 1 and q is equal to 1 by y minus 2. Now this equation changes into 5p plus q is equal to 2. This is the first equation and 6p minus 3q is equal to 1. So this is the second equation. Now again you going to use elimination method. I am going to eliminate variable q. So here in the second equation the coefficient of q is 3 but here in the first equation the coefficient is 1. So I am going to multiply first equation alone by number 3. So this first equation changes into this first equation we will get as 15p plus 3q is equal to 6. So this is the new equation 3 and the second equation we will take as it is. Okay, 6p minus 3q is equal to 1. So this is the second equation. Now I am going to add equation 3 and equation 2. So this q term will get cancelled and here when you add you will get 21p is equal to 7. So p is equal to 7 by 21 which is equal to 1 by 3. So you got the value of p as 1 by 3. This value you can substitute in any one of the equation and you can find the value of q. So I am going to substitute in first equation. Okay, so substituting value of p in equation 1. So our first equation is 5p plus q is equal to 2. So 5p plus q is equal to 2. P value we got as 1 by 3. So 5 into 1 by 3 plus q is equal to 2. Therefore, q is equal to 2 minus 5 by 3. Now we will take 3 LCM here, that is 6 minus 5 by 3, that is equal to 1. So numerator is 1, so 1 by 3. So you got q value also 1 by 3. We got p and both p and q. We got 1 by 3. Now we are going to find out the value of x and y by substituting these values, value of p and q in these two equations. So we will take first equation, p is equal to 1 by x minus 1. Here p we got as 1 by 3 is equal to 1 by x minus 1. So when you do cross multiplication, you will get x minus 1 is equal to 3. So x is equal to 4. So you will get the value of x is equal to 4. Now second equation, q is equal to 1 by y minus 2 and q also 1 by 3 only value. So 1 by 3 equal to 1 by y minus 2. Now we will do cross multiplication, y minus 2 equal to 3. So y is equal to 5. So the solution of the given pair of equations are x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 5. And you can do verification by substituting these two values in the given equation and you can check whether these values satisfies the equation or not. So that is the verification part. Now next example. Example 19. A boat goes 30 km upstream and 44 km downstream in 10 hours. In 13 hours, it can go 40 km upstream and 55 km downstream. Determine the speed of the stream and that of the boat in still water. So here we have to find out the speed of the stream and that of the boat in still water. Here you have to understand two important concepts, that is upstream and downstream. If you know this concept clearly, then only you can do sums on these questions, these type of questions. This is boat and stream questions actually. So suppose we have a stream. What do you mean by stream? It is flow of water. We have a stream, and if suppose the stream is moving in this direction and the boat, see here, the boat is moving also in this direction. If the boat is moving in the same direction of the stream, stream is nothing but flow of water, okay. If the boat is moving in the same direction of the stream, we will call it as downstream, okay. If the boat is going in the opposite direction, if the boat is going in the opposite direction to the stream, then we will call it as upstream. So these two concepts you should understand very clearly, this upstream and downstream. If this is the flow of water, so the direction of the flow of water is in this direction, and the same direction if the boat is moving, we will call it as downstream. If the opposite direction the boat is moving, we will call it as upstream. Here we will take the speed of the boat. Here we will take the speed of the x as the speed of the boat in still water. Boat in still water. And y as the speed of the stream. So if you take the speed of the boat in still water as x and speed of the stream as y, then the formula for finding speed of the boat downstream, speed of the boat moving downstream is, the formula is, you imagine if the boat is moving in the same direction of the flow of water, naturally its speed will increase. Am I correct? So if the boat is moving in the same direction of water, the speed of the boat will increase. That is, in downstream, the effective speed or the speed of the boat downstream will be the sum of these two speed. That is, speed of the boat in still water plus speed of the stream. That is, in downstream, the speed of the boat is x plus y. Now, the second case, upstream, we will consider. Here, imagine if the boat is moving in the opposite direction of the stream, then naturally the speed of the boat will decrease. Okay, so in that case, this the speed of the boat upstream will be the difference of these two speeds. So upstream, the speed of the boat upstream will be x minus y. So you should know these two concepts, then only you can do this sum. Okay, so upstream means the boat moving in the same direction of the stream, and downstream means the boat moving in the opposite direction of the stream. In the downstream case, you will have the speed speed of the boat will increase, so it will be the sum of the speed of the boat in still water and the speed of the stream. And in upstream case, the speed of the boat will decrease because it is moving in the opposite direction. So in that case, the speed of the boat will be x minus y. Now, so we will take here, so solution, we will start with the solution. We will take, let x kilometer per hour be the speed of the boat in still water. So we will take the speed of the boat in still water as x. Speed of the boat in still water. And y be, y kilometer per hour be the speed of the stream. Now, speed of the boat in downstream is equal to x plus y. I already told that downstream the speed of the boat will increase, so we are adding these two speed, and speed of the boat upstream, moving in upstream, is equal to x minus y. Now we will move on to the question. A boat goes 30 kilometer upstream. So we will write here what is given in the question. 30 kilometer it is moving upstream, and 44 kilometer downstream. 44 kilometer downstream. So the together time, so the total time for this is 10 hours. So what is given is time. Okay, so what is the formula for time? Time is equal to distance by speed. So first we will calculate the time required for moving 30 kilometer upstream. So here for upstream the speed is x minus y and the distance is 30 kilometer. First we will calculate T1. We will denote it as T1. T1 is the time taken for the boat to travel 30 kilometer upstream. So the formula is time, formula is distance by speed. So 30 by, here the upstream speed is x minus y. So 30 by x minus y. And the second time, that is that we will denote as T2. So T2 is the time taken by the boat to travel 44 kilometer downstream. So here the second time will be 44 by downstream speed is x plus y. So we got this T1 and T2. Actually the sum of these two time only is given as 10 hours. So we can write T1 plus T2 is equal to 10. So in this place we will substitute this value, that is 30 by x minus y plus 44 by x plus y is equal to 10. So we got first equation. Okay, so we got the first equation. Now we will move on to the second sentence. In 13 hours it can go 40 kilometer upstream. So in 13 hours it can go 40 kilometer upstream and 55 kilometer downstream in 13 hours. So again we will find out the T1 and T2, that is the time taken, that if you want we will denote it as T3. Okay, so T3 is the time taken to travel 40 kilometer upstream. So we will write T3 as 40 by upstream speed is x minus y. So T3 we will get as 40 by x minus y, and the second time, that is we will denote as T4. So T4 is the time taken by the boat to travel 55 kilometer downstream. So we can write 55 by x plus y. So this is the time taken for traveling 40 kilometer upstream and 55 kilometer downstream. Now it is given that sum of these two time is given as 13 hours. So we will write T3 plus T4 is equal to 13. So we will substitute here. So 40 by x minus y plus 55 by x plus y is equal to 13. That is, we got the second equation. Okay, so we got from the given condition situation, we got two equations we got, and you see here these two equations are not in linear form. Okay, so what we have to do, by giving suitable substitution, first you have to change this equation into linear form, and then by solving you have to find out the values. Okay, so first we will start with the these two equations. So here the first equation, if you see, 30 by x minus y plus 44 by x plus y. So here we will take P as 1 by x minus y and Q as 1 by x plus y. So this first equation reduces to 30p plus 44q is equal to 10. So this is the third equation. Now fourth equation reduces to 40p plus 55q is equal to 13. This is the fourth equation. Now if you see here, we are going to solve these two for finding the value of P and Q by elimination method. So I am going to eliminate variable P. So I am going to multiply third equation by 4 and fourth equation by 3, so that the coefficient of P will become same. So third equation I am going to multiply by 4. So 120p plus 176q is equal to 40. This is the next equation. We will name it as number 5. And the fourth equation we have to multiply by 3. So 120p plus 165q is equal to 39. So this is the next equation, sixth equation. So we got two equations now, 5 and 6. Now we are going to subtract these two equations. So we are going to subtract. So these two will get cancelled, and here the terms will get a sign of the term you have to change for the second equation. So here you will get 11q is equal to 1. So the value of q is equal to 1 by 11. So I got the value of q. Now this value we will substitute in third equation, so that we will get the value of q. So substituting value of q in equation 3. So here 30p plus 44 into 1 by 11 is equal to 10. Here we will simplify. This is 4 times. So 30p plus 4 is equal to 10. So 30p is equal to 6. That is, P is equal to 6 by 30, which is equal to 1 by 5. So we got the value of P as 1 by 5 and Q as 1 by 11. Now we will find out the value of, actually we need to find out the value of X and Y. So in these two equations we will substitute these values. So we have to find out. We have to find out value of x and y. So first we will take p value we got as 1 by 5. So here we will substitute. So 1 by 5 is equal to 1 by x minus 2. So from this we will get x minus y is equal to 5. So this is another equation. I will name it as 7. Now q is equal to 1 by 11. So 1 by 11 is equal to 1 by x plus y. When you cross multiply, you will get x plus y is equal to 11. This is 8th equation. Okay. So we got now what, see here, we got two linear equations in x and y. If you solve these two equations, you can find out the value of x and y. So here I am going to eliminate the variable y by adding the two equations 8 and 7. So 8 plus 7. So these two will get cancelled and 2x is equal to 16. So x is equal to 16 by 2 is equal to 8. Actually x is the speed, so 8 km/h. Now this value we will substitute in 8th equation. So substituting value of x in equation 8. So here we will substitute. So 8 plus y is equal to 11. So y is equal to 11 minus 8 is equal to 3 km/h. So what is x here? X is the speed of the boat in still water. We have taken x as speed of the boat in still water. That is equal to, we got the value of x as 8 km/h, and the next y is the speed of the stream, which is equal to 3 km/h. So we have to find actually speed of the boat and speed of the stream. So we got the value as 8 km/h and 3 km/h. So these type of questions are very important. And in my next class, we will start with exercise 3.6. Actually, that exercise is based on these type of questions. So if you like my channel, you can share and subscribe. Your subscription, my motivation. Thank you, students.